I jerk my shit. I'm a man. I've done it. I might even do it tonight. You've done it too, but you're an amateur. I've been jerking my shit since I was 9 years old. Probably before that. That's just my best guess. I've thought about this shit, man. I've done the math. I was probably 9, might have been 8. You never know. I know one thing. And that's that I was jerking my shit before I could even come. You think I wanted this? You think I chose to be born with an aristocratic libido? You think I wanted any of this? It's a gift from God. A gift from God that I've misused. I might be a degenerate, but at least I'm honest, man. At least I'm honest about it. Do you know how hard it is to be honest? Once you really try, once you really pay attention, do you know how hard it is? Have you ever said one single honest statement in your entire life? No, you haven't. You'd know if you had, man. You'd be able to tell because the truth is like a drug. It's addicting. Once you're a junkie, you end up sitting in a dark basement recording a video of yourself talking about all the shit that gets you off so you can post it on the internet for everyone to see and you don't see a problem with it. You want to know how I got these scars? The horror. You think I don't jerk my shit? I jerk my shit harder than you could ever jerk your shit. You think I'm insane? You think I don't know what's wrong with me? You think I don't know? I know better than anyone. I know better than you. You think I don't understand? You think I don't know? You don't think I get how fucked this is?
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking my shit. I'm horny as fuck, man. I'm a freak, man.
This is gonna be a strange one, okay? It's gonna be a weird one, if you can't already tell. Start off talking about all the shit I used to jerk my to, and I end up talking about why death is sexy. Stick around for that, I guess.
I just want to beat my fucking meat. I just want to beat my fucking meat. Let me beat my meat. Let me beat my meat.
I try not to jerk my shit anymore, okay? Certainly not to porn. I have an insane libido. I always want to fuck. I can't remember a time in my life when I didn't want to fuck. But your seed is a tremendous source of energy and power that I would prefer not to simply shoot into my toilet. So I try not to do that. Sex is one thing, but as a single man, you should not be nutting. Anything more than once a week is too much. Better yet, once a month. Better yet, never. But I'll be honest with you, man. I got absolutely one-shotted by when I was a very young kid. Absolutely one-shotted. Like I said, I have an insane libido and literally cannot remember a time in my life when I was not horny, when I did not want to fuck. I was a horny little bastard, man. I was jerking my shit before I could even come. I didn't even know what it was exactly, but I knew 2 things for certain. 1, that it was disgusting wrong and that I had to keep it a secret from everybody. 2, that it felt really, really good and I was not going to stop. I was born in 2002, so by the time I was gaining consciousness, the internet was still new, but also pretty mainstream. And you know, we all know how it goes. All my know out there, you know, if you're my age, it happened to you probably. You get a little curious one day and you type in pretty girls into the Google search bar. Your pee-pee starts to feel a little funny, you start touching your noodle a little bit, and it feels really nice. But the next time you get a little curious, you also get a little bit more bold. So you type in pretty girls in bikini or pretty girls in bathing suit. And the next time it's underwear. The next time it's topless. And then it's totally naked. And then Google Images stops doing it for you. So you move on to videos and the videos start getting pretty fucking dark pretty fucking quick, man. But this video isn't about the rabbit hole, as interesting of a topic as that is, no. This video is about what gets me off. Why, you may ask? Well, I have a problem with honesty. Romance, tragedy, and violence. These are the 3 big things that have always done it for me. Timidity, purity defiled, fear. I like it when they're a little bit afraid, you know? You see a little bit of fear in their eyes. My sweet little angel, my little buttercup who I love more than anything. Seeing her in heaven and knowing I've done my job as a man. Yeah. Wrapping my hands around her soft, delicate little throat and as I look into her beautiful, pleading eyes and she begs me to stop. My delicate little flower now picked from this world. But before I get too out of hand here, let's run it back a little bit. Let's talk about the big 3. Romance. I'm a very romantic person. Wanting to love someone has always been my whole thing. It's what's always gotten me off the most. Man, back when I was a young kid, there were these 3 girls in my class, and I would pass them around my imagination like a blunt at a fucking reggae concert, dude. Just go to town on myself before I even really knew how. Beat the hell out of my shit without even having any batter coming out to bake with. Although beat isn't really the right word, because at that age I was doing a bunch of weird shit to satisfy myself. Rubbing my tiny little cock on my carpet. for 15, 20 minutes at a time until I finally had a proto-orgasm. I don't know what you call it. An orgasm before you come, a proto-orgasm. Slide myself up and down on my bed sheet covers for like 10, 20 minutes, dude. That got tiring as hell. I remember being like halfway through and just sometimes I'd have to stop because it was like, I'm out of breath, man. God damn. The sand on a beach, that felt good. Eventually though, I settled on just rubbing my little cock in between my own thighs. I don't know if anyone else does that, but I've run with that for a while now. But I'd come up with these storylines in my head, these mental movies, and I'd use my classmates as my love interests. My hot, sexy 10, 11, 12-year-old classmates, which is fine because I was also that age. But you know, I have a vivid imagination. I've never really needed any sort of visual stimuli. My mind was enough. And the stories I'd come up with, you know, started off pretty innocent and then eventually they'd start getting pretty dark, which leads into the next 2/3 of the triumvirate of my sexual degeneracy, my prepubescent sexual degeneracy. Tragedy and violence. Pretty soon I wasn't just kissing these girls in the playground and bringing them home to my mom in my dreams. Pretty soon things got dangerous. Eventually they started dying in horrible, tragic, and erotic ways. Getting death right in front of me. Her desperate, pleading eyes looking at me, watering, telling me she loves me, begging me for help. Sometimes I would, you know, I'd swoop in and save the day and she'd collapse in my arms, crying, kiss me on the lips. But sometimes I wouldn't get there in time and she'd just be fucking right in front of me. And that was equally as hot, more so even. She'd get shot, stabbed, drowned in a lake. I always liked when things happened outside. Nature is very sexually revitalizing. Something about that. The crux of all this though was death. Death turns me on. It always has. And it wasn't always the girl who had to die. Sometimes I would die doing something incredibly heroic and romantic, you know? Saving her from a rapist or a mugger or something, dude. Die, get stabbed, and she holds me in her arms and she's crying. Oh no. And I'm just like, don't even worry about it, babe. This is the best thing ever. I loved it. I am hard right now, actually. If you really love me, if you really love me, you can make my final moments excellent by unzipping my pants real quick. Dying for a pretty girl who I'm in love with and who loves me back is my greatest sexual fantasy, man. I love that shit. If I'm gonna love someone, I'm gonna love them more than life itself. And what better way to show that than by dying for them, you know? This is why Romeo and Juliet is the perfect love story. Romantic and tragic and violent. It's got all three. And really, that's what life is about. Romance, tragedy, and violence. It's unavoidable. One makes the other two worth enduring, really. I used to feel pretty bad about every time I saw some girl getting to death in a cop show or thrown in a ditch or something, that I'd get hard.
Children who may be unattended or unaware that they may be a Ted Bundy who has that vulnerability to that predisposition to be influenced by that kind of behavior, by that kind of movie.
I thought I was gonna grow up to be some kind of serial killer, or like I was worried that I women or something, even though I didn't and still don't, you know. I actually love them more than your average person. But now I understand that I was actually just tapped into an undeniable truth about reality. Truth you can't deny because I won't let you. And that is that there's something beautiful about death. From Edgar Allan Poe to Mishima, all the way back to Shakespeare. I'm not the first guy to notice this, okay? And a lot of them are a hell of a lot smarter than I am. All three, probably. Death being sexy is not a new idea, and I'm not fucked in the head for admitting it. Really, you're fucked in the head for pretending it's not. I'm not the only one. If people didn't think death was sexy, SVU wouldn't be one of the most popular cop shows of all time. True crime would not be a women's genre that they all flick their beans to. Criminal Minds would not be 15, 20 years of beautiful women getting to death and thrown in ditches by psychopaths. 3 times every episode, man. I memorized the formula. The first one, it died in the intro. The second one, they didn't save, and they'd always save the third. And they were all pretty girls every time. That show used to do it for me, man. I watched a lot of Criminal Minds as a kid, and it wasn't because I liked solving mysteries. Though as hot as death is, it doesn't really translate to reality, you know? A girl would have to be real pretty, and it'd have to be a real fresh corpse for me to want to fuck it. A girl would have to be real pretty, and she'd have to be a real fresh corpse for me to want to fuck it. The idea is a lot more attractive than the reality is what I'm saying. I'm sure all those women who flick their beans to true crime, probably most of them would not actually enjoy getting probably most of them. And whenever I've been with a woman in any sort of romantic capacity, the last thing on my mind is them, you know? If anything, the thought actually kind of disgusts me, makes me sick. What I want to do is cherish and protect and love her like the beautiful little delicate porcelain doll that she is. More than anything, I just want to die for her. Like I said, that's my big thing. Dying for a woman you're in love with, holy shit. That's as good as it gets. But that does not change the fact that a young, beautiful, dead sweet girl is the most beautiful thing in the world. Edgar Allan Poe was right.
And I've met a lot of men who were motivated to commit violence just like me.
Well, I'ma beat my meat